So after analyzing the issue, what I found is there's a small change that we have to do in our index page. So go to source and then go to the app and go to index HTML and edit this index HTML, and this base tag we have now we have to make it as dot slash instead of slash. Just commit this, and now our pipeline should automatically trigger the CI pipeline. Let's see. Yes, the pipeline has triggered. Let's wait for it to finish, and then we will see if our CD is triggering properly. And once the CD gets triggered properly, then we should see a new version of the files being updated here. So let's wait for our application CI pipeline to be finished. So our deploy job or the CI job is finished. So the deploy job should be triggered by now. Let's go and check. So it is now doing a C deploy. So let's go ahead and check how far it is. So it's waiting for the agent. Once the agent is available, it's going to trigger deployment. I think the agent is now available. So it's trying to do some things. Yeah. So it's going to now take the new updated code from the drop folder, and it will try to push it to the blob storage or the blob container. And once it is there, we just have to go to the file, the URL, and then hit refresh, and we should be able to see our changes. So let's go ahead and grab the URL again. Every resource has its own URL here, but we are interested in the URL of the HTML file. Let's check. Yes, it is doing some things now. Yes, it's successful. Let's go ahead and hit it now. There you go. We have our application working fine. So we had created app, two tasks. So let's create another task. So another task list. And now if I create new task inside this, task one, and in the food, if I create new task, task two, and on the shopping, there are no tasks. So there's one task here. So I'm going to say task 111, something like that. So similarly, we can go ahead and create different tasks. And let's say if I delete, or let's say go ahead and delete this task or mark this task as done. So all our functionality is working now. So if I delete this, so it's quite fast. So if you see now, we have deployed our application on the Azure Blob Storage, and then we are also able to access our API, which is running on Azure App Service, and which internally is talking to MongoDB. So Azure Blob Storage is talking to the Azure App Services, and which is talking to Azure MongoDB API. So we have seen successfully we have completed the CI/CD part for the front-end application on the develop environment and for the backend application on the develop environment. Similarly, we can do it for our production environment also.